Will the housing market crash in 2022? This is an important video, and I've got some big concerns about people who are considering buying that I really think it is definitely worth your time to watch this video. I would appreciate if you would like and subscribe. Just click on those buttons there for me. Would really help me and help you to stay in contact with me, and hopefully just create some fun content, especially on the YouTube side of things. Just put some generic stuff out there. So let's talk about what's going to happen with housing market. It's basic economics, supply and demand, right? So right now there's a ton of supply issues in general in our economy. Specifically with housing, we just don't have enough inventory to meet the demand. I'll try to put up a little link for a previous video that I did that talks about that supply, kind of what's going on that side of things. Specifically, we're going to focus on demand right in this video. So what's creating demand? Low interest rates is a big push in it. Really low interest rates. People trying to take advantage of that. A lot more buyers than there are sellers. Because of lots of changes in our world, especially over the past 2 years. There's a lot more people thinking that now's the time to move. That's always been a big factor. You know, life changes kind of has always prompted real estate moves. Your family's growing, your family's kids have moved out. I want a single level home. I want to be able to host people. Whatever it is, that's always pushed people, but that's escalated a lot now. We talked about that a little bit in the other video as well. And then the other thing specifically going on in Springfield in our market is Springfield has long been known for being very affordable, and the secret's out on that. There's a lot of people that have come into this market in recent months, and internet's made it easier, but people have found out that Springfield is very affordable. So that's created an influx of buyers, particularly to this area. So again, we're talking about basic supply and demand, basic economics. So if there is going to be a housing crash, then that supply and demand has to change from what it currently is. Like really has to be a big increase, and really big increase in supply, the amount of homes available for sale, and a big decrease in the demand. It's very unlikely that those two things are going to happen quickly. Likely those two factors will change slowly over time. I'll put up there's another talking point that people often have, or you see it sometimes. This comes out because of 2008 and the housing market then. The talking point is, well, there's going to be a big influx of foreclosures. Well, the fact is the data is not out there to support that. The most recent data we have says that about 2.27% of all single-family residential mortgages are in delinquency at this point. And that's a really low number. That's historically about average. There's certainly nothing there. It's actually been slowly decreasing in recent months, and experts that look at these things expect that trend to continue. Again, I'll throw up a chart talking about that. You can analyze that. If you want the link for where I found that, feel free, because it's kind of cool. You can manipulate it, look at it at different times, all the way back to 1991, I think it was. But there's just not the data there to support that. So what's the takeaway? Let me start with this. When I started in 2016 in real estate, and for the first several months talking to people, there's a lot of people said, hey, I don't want to do anything in real estate because the market's inflated. Well, if you go back to what someone was looking to purchase at then compared to what they're looking to purchase at now, if they had a $150,000 home, that home is worth way more than $150,000 if that's what they were able to spend. And frankly, as we all know, income has not grown by the same amount of that housing prices have. So that is my big concern. Is there's a lot of people. This is not a sales pitch, but it's just accurate information. There's a lot of people that fear is kind of holding them back. And it's very unlikely that what you're fearful of is going to happen. In fact, even if it does happen, 5 to 10 years after it would happen, that supposed crash, prices would recover. So I have a big concern that there's a lot of people that are getting priced out of the market because they're just fearful of the unknown. And the fact is, you should make decisions on what you know, not on what's unknown, because we could speculate endlessly. So please take that as real information. That is very valuable. My advice, is it going to crash? No. The market will slow down sometime. Interest rates have started ticking up. That will affect that some. It will slow down, which is good. We need it to slow down. But it will not crash. Not anytime soon. Prices, my recommendation would be for you to buy as soon as you can, because prices in all likelihood are only going to go up, and interest rates. Who knows how much, but most likely interest rates will continue to climb some. So I want to be successful. I want you to be successful. And I'm successful when you are successful. When I help people and advise them well and long term, then that helps me to be more successful. And that's my goal, be successful together. And I absolutely think we can. So if you want to come up with a plan, if you want to talk about this in more detail, you have lots more questions about this, there's certainly lots of things that could affect this. Let's get together. Let's have some coffee. Conversation over food would be great. Shoot me a message. Give me a call. 417-766-4507. Andy Simmons with Keller Williams. We will talk to you later.